Transfirmers know what rules apply. Audit bots use the guidance from the SSARS to stop crappy work of the Misrepticons. The Transfirmers. The Transfirmers. They are also wise. The Transfirmers.
Many millions of years ago, at the AICPA, reporting standards existed, but not the standards as we know them today. Intelligent robots ran the reporting committees and were called audit bots and Misrepticons. But the Misrepticons were driven by a single goal: to report on financial statements without any general requirements. They set out to destroy the ethical audit bots, and a war between the forces of proper and improper reporting raged across the AICPA. The audit bots, on the verge of extinction, battled to survive by writing basic concepts that would apply to all SSARS engagements.
Our client needs their financial statements by the end of this week. The accounting is fairly straightforward, but I'm a little worried about the reporting aspects.
I'm confused about what we're trying to achieve here. This is just a simple compilation, right?
True, but it seems reasonable that we should be following some general principles regardless of whether we're performing a compilation, review, or even a preparation.
Or even if we're reporting on something other than financial statements.
The world is changing, and the term financial statements includes so much more today than it used to.
I'm afraid we're going to need some help if we want to do this job right.
I must agree. The consultant we hired just seems to be giving us misinformation. It's time to call the audit bots.
Ubertron, we've begun our dissemination of improper reporting guidance to the major accounting firms.
Excellent, Starscream. Once the big firms set the tone, all the smaller firms will follow their lead, regardless of the implications.
We've created enough rules and regulations to allow justification for turning out improper and misleading financial statements.
We must never let the accountants realize that their goal is to have a fair presentation framework.
They must do whatever it takes to achieve a fair presentation.
And that would mean adding additional disclosures if necessary.
Or even departing from the framework if necessary.
But we have no need to worry. Most accountants are too lazy to add additional footnotes and too timid to ever challenge a requirement.
Elvie, what do we need to teach the humans in order to achieve proper SSARS reporting?
They need to understand that there are ethical principles which apply to all levels of SSARS engagements, Optimal Prime.
They must meet the client's needs while adhering to the relevant standards.
But never at the expense of the public interest. They can never harm others in serving their clients.
Bumblebug, what do you think?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
We need to get him fixed.
Then there's integrity, objectivity, and independence.
Of course, independence is not required in a preparation or a compilation.
That is true, but it may have an impact on other engagements, so it must always be considered.
And let's never forget due care.
Yes, no amount of principles and rules will make up for shoddy work.
Audit bots, we need your assistance with general requirements for a SSARS engagement.
We'll be right there. Audit bots, let's roll.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Elvie, Bumblebug, Optimal Prime. I am Optimal Prime of the Auditbots, and these are my associates, Elvie and Bumblebug.
I'm a little robot, short and stout.
We want to ensure that we're following the general requirements for SARS engagements.
You'll want to begin by exercising professional judgment.
But what does that even mean?
3 blind mice.
It means that you must use your knowledge and experience in making decisions.
Whether you know it or not, you're already exercising professional judgment.
We are? But how?
By the mere fact that you understood that you needed help.
I suppose those endless hours of CPE have paid off in some small way.
Remember to document this consultation. It will serve as evidence of your adherence to the standards.
Speaking of consultation, I think we got bad information from the other consultant we hired.
Just who is this consultant?
Well, he'll be here in a couple of minutes. He calls himself Ubertron.
The Transfirmers will return after these messages. Battle the evil Misrepticons with the new SARS defense station.
The Transfirmers know what rules apply. Auditbots use the guidance from the SARS to stop cracking work of the Misrepticons. The Transfirmers.
Accountants and the stars.
The Transfirmers.
Comes with everything you see here. Professional standards not included.
The Transfirmers.
The Transfirmers from Has-Been. We now return to the Transfirmers. SARS screen. Ubertron. I should have known you'd try to interfere, Ubertron.
Ubertron, he played knick-knack on my thumb.
Humans, do not listen to the Auditbots. They don't fully understand the rules. They wish to keep you from acting professionally.
How so, Ubertron?
Did you know that you're allowed to depart from the standards if you wish?
Is this true? It would be great to ignore some of these requirements.
Do not be deceived, my accountant friend. He is only providing a half-truth.
Here we go round the mulberry bush.
You must follow all mandatory requirements. These can be found in the standards and the interpretations.
But you may also have presumptively mandatory requirements.
And those may be ignored.
Not true. You may depart from these only if you can justify your position and perform alternative procedures.
And that will be very rare indeed.
Up goes a weasel.
I knew it sounded too good to be true.
Since you will not listen to reason, then we'll have to resort to force. Destroy the Auditbots.
It's raining, it's pouring.
Have you forgotten the explanatory information? What will you do with that?
That's great advice, but it's not required.
Uh-oh, I've got a ping for a rider. You've won this time, but I'll be back.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Thank you for saving us, Optimal Prime.
We may have stopped the Misrepticons this time, but you must always be alert.
Yes, before accepting any new client or engagement, you'll need to make sure you can meet your ethical requirements.
And that you feel good about the integrity of your client.
Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them.
What he's trying to say is that you can't take on an engagement if you can't find all the information you need.
I'd say our work here is done. Audit bots, let's roll.
But I'm only at 32% power.
I'll deliver you back to base. And I'll deliver your bill tomorrow. Good luck, humans.
Well, we got a lot of good information from them. I'm sure we can expect a hefty bill for their services.
Not as big as the one for the office repairs.
The Transfirmers. Accountants in disguise. The Transfirmers. They are oh so wise. The Transfirmers.